Welcome, everybody. My name is Josh Beerling with Parathon, and I'm going to start a new series where I'm going to regularly be showing examples of what it's like to work with Pulse AI. And that's our product at Parathon. And essentially what we do with Pulse is we take your entire hospital's financial data across the board, and we allow you to leverage that to communicate with a large language model like OpenAI or any other large language model. Many hospitals already have engaged in this effort, so they're already using a language model. So in that case, they could use us to translate all of the data so the model understands it, or we partner with Microsoft and we provide that large language model or models in a secure environment through Microsoft. So let's begin here. So I'm going to look at various examples. Today, I'm just going to work on reducing denials. I'm going to give you one simple example, how to use Pulse to reduce denials. In upcoming sessions, I'll look at more denial examples. I'll look at it from a CFO perspective, from a managed care perspective, from somebody doing strategic pricing, from somebody trying to look at the supply chain costs, supply costs, those types of things. So we will, let's get started with this example. So let's start by saying, let's get a good example, but show me the top 5. And again, this is more for somebody in a PFS capacity, an executive over PFS. Part codes by total denial dollars over the last 90 days. Okay, so we'll try this one here, and keep in mind this is hooked into our database that has dummy data, so this is all made up data across the board that we have provided for demo purposes. Okay, so as you can see, it's showing me my top 5 CAR codes, and it's giving me the total denial dollars. So this is from the database. So if you're using this, we would have this hooked into your specific data. So that's a good starting point. I know a lot of PFS executives, revenue cycle executives are trying to get to the root cause, and it starts with understanding who are your top culprits, right? And then you can do root cause. But let's say we did some root cause. We had Pulse help us do some root cause, help us educate our staff on how to prevent some of the denials related to these CAR codes. So let's then look and say we want to see how our educational efforts compared from the last 90 days to the previous 90 days. So can you compare these results to the previous 90 days as we have engaged our staff in a number of educational exercises to reduce denials. All right, so let's see what the results are of that. So we're going to give it a second as it comes back with the answers. Okay, so as you can see, it shows the previous results from the previous 90 days, and then the most recent results from the current 90 days. And as you can see, those efforts have made an impact. So you can see this immediately, as opposed to trying to print multiple reports or looking at multiple places on dashboards. This is telling you immediately, and it says, it gives you a summary of the change. So total denial dollars for each top 5 CAR code have decreased compared to the previous 90 days, and it tells you approximately how much of that is down, and it lists those 5 codes that we looked at. So this is one simple example. I'll be sharing more examples. I'll try to do an example maybe every other day or so for all different types of executives across the board. But if this is of interest, please reach out to me and let me know. But thank you very much for your time, and have a great day.